What's up, everybody? You are now listening to Save It for the Booth, where opinions meet truth and lies get the boot. With your girl Cocaine and Punk. Alright,
Yeah,
we're done
we're
with that
alive.
conversation.
We live, baby.
Can't give y'all too much.
Right. So how we feeling, y'all?
Wonderful. In the booth, it's been a minute.
It has been a minute.
What is this, episode
It's
12?
been-
12,
Bruh.
yeah.
Is it 12?
This is 12.
We feeling
We always
excellent.
mess up the
Numbers. But you know,
They'll forgive us.
nobody's perfect. Last time we was rocking was what? Was it Thanksgiving?
Damn,
Yeah.
Thanksgiving
Damn.
Eve.
Yeah,
It's been that long.
yeah.
It's been a while.
I'm on your ass.
Y'all
damn.
miss me?
Sorry.
Talking about I'm on you. We definitely missed you.
I know Punk don't miss me. I remember the last pod.
Oh,
I don't know.
Glad
I
you
don't know
said
if
it
it
for
was
me.
recorded, but he was like, I genuinely do not like you.
Oh,
Did I say that?
You said that?
Yes, you did.
Yes, he did.
You said that? You got something
I
you
ain't
want to
hear
say
that.
now?
I ain't hear that when I listened to the pod, so
That's why I said I don't know if it was recorded, but you heard it, right? You heard it.
it didn't happen.
He heard it. Montana definitely heard
Prove
it.
It's in the universe.
Speaking
Prove
of
it.
Montana, who's MIA today, out there being a little, living
Thotty.
her best life, being a little thotty
She got
body.
She
flued
said
out.
a thotty body.
She got flued
She
out.
out of town being a thotty body.
She's celebrating her birthday.
She
Shout
better be
out to
busting it
the
open. You
Big
got
4-0,
flued out.
Montana.
Damn.
We gon'
Put out
40
like
ball.
that.
Oh,
40
she
ball.
said
Yeah,
it several
buddy.
times. So
She worth all her $40.
she don't look. Ooh, don't do shorty if she ain't here now. We not gonna do that.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy
We
birthday,
hope you,
Sugar Mountain.
you enjoying yourself.
Oh yeah, no doubt. She is. I'm sure she having a good time. But let's do a temperature check. Punk said he's feeling amazing, great,
Wonderful,
like
all of that
enthusiastic,
shit. Yup.
motivated,
With the shits today.
determined.
It's been a while.
He had a smile on his face the whole
It's
time.
been a while. Yeah.
We already know what's finna go. It's
Damn.
cool.
I hope you
Big homie.
prepared. Get shit
What's
No.
your energy like?
Man, I'm feeling marvelous.
Lace your boots up.
Marvelous.
Yeah.
Ooh, we hey, Deuce, back there.
Hey, we got Deuce on the mic, filling in for Sugar Montana. I am great. Missed you guys dearly.
We here now, baby.
Yes,
I guess I
let's
kinda
turn
miss
it
y'all
up.
a little
How you
bit.
feeling?
How you
I
Let's
miss y'all a little
turn
bit.
up. You better
good.
have.
I'm good, you know. Y'all know. Pretty wavy. As it is, Deuce, you
Wavy.
was supposed to say, you know the vibes. You know.
the vibes.
You know the vibes.
Sugar Montana.
So today on Save It for the Booth, episode 12, we are gonna talk about masculine energy.
We actually want to respond to one of our followers
Ooh, okay,
on
okay,
TikTok.
okay.
Yeah, can we
gonna get to that a little later on.
we doing that later or
We
what?
gonna at the people. We gonna respond to some of the people just so we know y'all know that
And,
we
and
paying
we
attention.
do. I do just gotta just let the viewers know. We got the viral sensations in here, man. You know, start posting on TikTok. They start blowing up. Whole bunch of dudes trying to get at my co-host, my team here, and there's a lot of stuff going on since
crazy.
we've been gone.
You
Since
know.
we been gone, we back though.
We
So
are
we
back,
gonna go
and we
ahead
will
touch
be
this-
addressing.
touch this masculinity that
Somebody.
All right, let me go ahead and start it off for y'all, man. I seen this post, that was kind of interesting to me. It goes saying, Keith and Tamika recently married. Tamika is a neurosurgeon and
big
earns
bread.
$400,000 a year. Keith is a manager at a fish line and earns $44,000 a year. After the wedding that she paid for, Keith moves into Tamika's house. She buys him a new Lexus to replace his old Honda Accord, and even
Do your
pays
shit, my boy.
for a 2-week honeymoon to Jamaica. Keith loves Tamika with all his heart, and vice versa, and they are happy together. But all Tamika's family friends say she is stupid. Since Keith is the man, is there a problem with their financial arrangement? If they're in love, does the money difference make the unequality yoked? Ladies, if you were Tamika, or gentlemen, if you were Keith, could you play that role?
We're going to go with the lady first. Ladies first. Could you play that role? Be the breadwinner?
Yeah, I could.
Do you look at a man any different from making way, way, way less than you?
How much less was he making than her?
10 times.
10 times less. He made $44,000. So you okay with this nigga being the manager at a fish place?
No, it was a finish line. It was a finish line, I think
Oh,
it
a
said.
finish line?
My bad, did I read it wrong? Maybe.
Yeah, we ain't gonna put the fish smell on him, because then
It was finish line? So you okay with him being the manager at a shoe store? Because I know you
And I'm a
all
neurosurgeon.
about the status and stuff, and you don't want the manager at McDonald's or Walmart. So is the manager at Finish Line
He
okay?
ain't gonna never let me. He ain't gonna
bringing up
never
the Carfax.
He ain't gonna never let me live that
You gotta
down.
check the Carfax, bro.
Punk
You
is-
got to.
Punk is in rare
He
form,
probably
y'all.
couldn't wait. No, I think that. So just looking at it like fully, without the status part, when I read it first when it was sent to the chat, thinking about it, men play that role all the time. So I don't think it would be fair for a woman to say that she wouldn't be comfortable, having a man that don't make X amount of money or working at a certain place, because essentially what she's doing is, from society now and what we see, she's playing the man's role from what women would.
So is he your man? If she playing his role, what role he playing?
But I'm saying from what society shows us now. But no, I'm not saying that he's not a man. He's still a man, even though he ain't doing those things that women naturally will want a man to do. So to answer the question, like, yeah, I would be okay with it, because if the shoe was on the other foot, I would be okay with it. So why shouldn't I be okay with it if I'm making the money and I'm doing?
So what about that manager at McDonald's?
What about?
He make
That's what I'm saying.
$44,000.
So I feel like people don't really understand that, even like how we talked about it before, doing this podcast, and you listen to yourself and you listen to the people around you, you learn, you grow. Some things come into like a different perspective within yourself, and you got
Preach
to
that
actually sit
thing.
back and think about it like, okay, why am I having these thoughts, or why am I feeling this way? So at the end of the day, what's really important to you? Or is it just like these tangible things that a person could provide for you? Or is it like the relationship that you have, or the stability that you have? Like, what is it that you naturally need and or want from a partner? If I'm more concerned about what this man can provide for me, then what is it that we really have? Because
Ooh, that
if
girl been
he
listening to me. That's
can't,
what I'm
Growth and
talking about,
development.
John.
it's the pie, but it's also just different conversations that I have with people. And then get up off me, bro. Watch out.
How many times I gotta tell y'all, keep your hands to yourself? No, we don't need
Y'all just
any
got a little
HR
excited.
disputes.
That's what
We
I'm
don't
talking
need no
about. That girl
lawsuits.
grown.
I'm just saying, like, when you do decide or figure out what you want, that's the most important thing. Like, what is it that you naturally want? Because as a woman, those things I can provide for myself. So I don't want a man in my life for those things. So I can't say, no, I'm not going to accept this man because I'm buying the house, or I'm paying for trips and I'm paying for the wedding. It doesn't make him, for sure. It doesn't make him like it doesn't make him less of a man. Boom. And it don't mean I can't rock with him. If we rocking, we rocking.
You going next, or
I was not expecting that. I am speechless.
you appalled?
I'm shocked and fucking appalled.
Thought you was about to have something. It won't go
I'm
no more.
speechless.
It's stuck.
Do it the other way.
Nope. It was like that.
Turn it the other way. Oh, yeah, there you go.
And see, this is why,
You need a man.
not the word need is a bit much, But it's nice to
just
have.
needed
It's
at
nice
that
to
moment.
have y'all around for whatever it is. Like I'm just saying.
Stick to your roots. Stick to your roots,
saying.
Cocaine. Stick to your
We
roots.
gonna get back to the topic.
Yeah, you can't
So,
come too far on the other side.
How
I
you
feel.
feel about it, and would you be okay being in that situation? You need a minute.
Shit. I don't. Damn. I want to feel like I would be okay in that situation. As long as I'm making my own bread, then I don't feel like I'm just living off of her. Because I probably was good by myself regardless. So as long as that ain't the case, and I'm never going to knock her like, don't go to work. And we, you know, even if we ain't struggling, even if I made 100,000, I wouldn't be like, oh, shit. Excuse me. I wouldn't be like, leave your $400,000 job because I don't feel like a man. You know what I'm saying?
But you okay with her paying for the wedding and
Honeymoon.
honeymoons?
I think
the trips?
essentially, I don't even like looking at it like that just because when you together, the money all coming out regardless. So it's
What do
gonna
you
get
mean?
spent. What's the difference if I pay for all the shit and then she got to pay for a bunch of other shit that I usually pay for or whatever? Like all the shit got to get paid for.
But you've never been able to pay for it though. So in the beginning, she's always been the breadwinner.
He make money though, so he could pay for shit.
Well, we're talking about you. So you make how would you feel in them shoes
If I
you
was
are
making
wearing?
45,000,
Mm-hmm.
if I was already taking care of myself, I wouldn't feel like shit because I feel like I can take care of myself, so I can pay for stuff.
She's
You're not
just
a bum.
adding
She
on.
could just she could just pay for it easier than I could. But once we together, if we gonna be one and get married and
Then
all
it's
that,
both
all the
y'all
money
make
You
the
was
same
paying for
shit.
you could pay for the light bill.
Hell yeah.
But
shit,
you know,
I ain't paying none of the
I think
bills.
I think
you
can-
pay the bills. I'ma pay for the.
You say the light
maybe
bill,
I'll
he gonna pay the
bills,
water
and she pay
bill.
for the vacation.
She gonna pay the
I don't know,
mortgage.
but we'll fix.
She
I'ma
gonna be
save.
paying the mortgage.
We just gonna save my money.
money that
and
you
pay-
make, you gonna put in
we
the
gonna
savings
put it
account.
in the
Yeah, put your
savings,
shit.
and we gonna spend the other shit.
You know what I think like the biggest thing too sometimes in those situations could be y'all could be good with that life, but the world's family, friends can very much so influence
Fuck the world.
how people, but you know, you can say that naturally, but it happens.
People do brainwash people.
Yeah,
and be like,
you know.
look, you paying for this again.
Like what type
Not,
of man is that?
not even people,
you
but
know?
society.
But I
Yeah.
feel like
But
if
you know your
married
family
me,
be the closest to you.
if we
They
done
be in
got
your ear.
married and you been okay with doing this, unless we been talking and you was like, and I've been selling you this, yeah, baby, I'm finna do this and I'm gonna make more money, you know, like, kind of you
Selling a
wait,
dream.
not selling a dream, but kind of like she trying to help me get to a better place type shit. And I'm telling her, yeah, I'm doing this and I'm gonna be at this point, and she see that potential. But then now if I don't ever get there, then it's like maybe that's what she was thinking. Like, oh, he gonna be good. He'll be making XYZ when he finished doing whatever, and then you don't ever get to that point.
Mm-hmm.
I could see if that happened. But if you good with me making this 45,000 and you make what you make, I don't see why it should become an issue. Cause you already knew you was paying for all this shit anyway.
I know, but then you move to next level stuff though, because as time go on and people grow, you start your
And that's why my
expectations or
answer
your
finna be my
requirements become
So what you
different.
gonna
All right,
do? What you
okay,
gonna do?
let's
Divorce
see
me?
what
You gonna divorce
let's
me?
see. Okay, big
I
homie
need
said.
my
Big
half.
Now I
homie
got a
said,
bag.
ooh,
Now I need
now-
my
now
half.
you
Now I got
need
a
your
bag.
half.
It's cheaper to keep me. Goddamn it. Which way you want to go? Either I could be 45,000 and I'm with you, or I could be 245,000 and without you. How you want to do this?
But would you really want that though?
No, I wouldn't. But I'm
You
just
gonna
saying
say,
that's the way
you
it
ain't
get
started
played
off
from the
with
other
it, so
end,
why you want to leave with it? But
Yeah, nah, I wouldn't want nobody shit. I'm just saying that's how it work in society. So
but right, so that's a big point. But big homie, what you got?
So I'm gonna say I don't want to be in that position.
You don't? Okay,
No.
my bad.
And the reason why I say that is because people like to do a thing called down you when they feel like y'all into it or any reason.
if they got that upper hand,
Exactly. And a lot of times your spouse will throw stuff in your face when they angry or people in their head. So
you think men do that to women because they make more money?
what? Do
Like naturally, if the man is the breadwinner, you think he throw that in his wife's face?
yeah. just not as much as a woman would do it. That's what I believe.
Nah,
agree.
I think it's probably just the same or more.
Really?
Yeah.
I think they do it in a different way.
Think, yeah,
Yeah.
they do it in a different way because a man might be like, well, I make all the money so I can do what I want. And that might be the way.
And that's
they
the
do
way
it.
that I was.
You say a
talking
man
about.
would?
Yeah, a man
Yeah.
would say like, I'm the breadwinner so I can do what I want. A woman might be like, I'm sick of taking care of your ass.
Right.
Like,
She
that's how they
gonna
throw it.
downplay him.
She gonna down
she
on
gonna
No,
do him
she's
dirty.
she's gonna attack you. She's gonna attack your ego.
Mm-hmm.
So a man is gonna use his position to control, and a woman is gonna use her position to, and like as ammo. I don't know,
Yeah,
or
I
an
would say
attack.
ammo.
I don't know.
And that's why I wouldn't want to be in that position.
But if you were in that position,
If I was
how would you
bored.
feel? Then how would you handle it?
Man, that's kind of hard to say. Like, not being a breadwinner. Ideally, if everything is running smooth, I could care less what her people saying. If she care less, you know what I'm saying. But if
Well,
I
she
can
I
married
think
you,
start,
I
so-
think you shouldn't care anyway because you knew it going into it. So if you was gonna care, you probably shouldn't have got into
but
it.
sometimes what people say can wear down on someone. Like you might not feel
Absolutely.
like that for the first 4 years, but the more they bring it up, and then you just look at them like, man, he really ain't bringing nothing to the table for real. That can change. It's a thing.
So
called
so
mere
just
But why-
persuasion.
because he don't got the bag like that, that mean he ain't bringing nothing to the table for real.
If
That's
she's,
how-
because
that's
she's
how
the
most
one
society-
providing more.
So that 45,000 ain't nothing.
No, not
not
compared
compared
to
to
400.
what she's making.
It's more than what she made. You bringing something to the table,
But
like, you
in
ain't
comparisons, what he's saying though, at some point,
If
it's gonna rain down on a woman, especially if she's seeing or hearing so many different things that's against what she's doing.
if it was that simple, you would see more people date people that's not in their tax bracket. That rarely happens. Like it's not like you never see a celebrity go get somebody that has $0 to their name for real, or
But you see them with people that
Was
I guess
with them when they was broke.
with them when they was broke.
Right.
But I'm saying people that's already made, you never see them go grab one of them people.
What's the difference though?
It's just
Status.
people
Right,
scared to
be-
lose their money. Just like you said, it's cheaper to keep me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe, but I don't. I mean, I see at least like LeBron and his wife.
They have been together
Yeah,
already.
they was
though.
together.
Right, and that's
before
what
he
I'm saying.
had-
And that's what I'm saying.
I'm talking
so,
about people that's established.
But do y'all feel like he would throw it in her face that I make the bag and you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like,
Yes, I am a athlete playing right now, a billionaire. You think he don't use that? Hey, sometimes you just got to be quiet because I'm the breadwinner. I'll guarantee you that has been said
man,
at
I
some
don't know.
point.
I would hope
I
not.
don't know.
All right, so can we pivot into basically we were asking about we wanted to discuss 50-50 relationships versus traditional relationships, everybody's opinions. Has anybody been in one or the other or both? Punk, I want to hear from you first. Go ahead, Punk.
Have I been in?
Have you been in a 50-50 relationship? And how do you feel about 50-50 relationship in general?
And traditional.
And traditional versus
that's what I was
traditional
gonna ask.
versus
What
traditional.
is traditional?
Traditional
Is that
is the man
go
being
make
the
the money
breadwinner and
and
the
the
woman's
woman
staying at home, taking care of the kids, blah blah blah. You know, we know. We know what traditional.
I've
is.
somewhat been in both, kind of just in my marriage. Cause in the beginning, actually, she made more money than me in the beginning. So like when we got our first place, she used to pay like the fucking rent shit, and then I pay like the other shit. But I still
Light
I
bill?
work- huh? Yeah, light
I
bill,
used to pay the
like,
light bill.
daycare
that
type
light
shit, But I mean, I still work 2 jobs and all.
And she
It
still
wasn't
made
that-
more money than you?
Nah, and that's no. I
Okay,
can't,
wait.
So
Well, let's talk about this.
we can-
Which one are
yeah.
you answering first?
Yeah.
I'm answering the fact of being in 50-50 or traditional.
Well, what you just said, was that 50-50? Was she was
Yeah,
paying
'cause
the
I'm-
rent and you was paying the
The
light
other
The rest
shit.
of the
bill?
bill.
I mean, we both worked and both did shit at home. So
Did-
is that the 50-50 part? I'm
The
try-
50-50 here's a 50-50 relationship. We split everything. God damn it.
I've never been in one of those.
Or even like, and it don't got to be literal, but all right, yeah, I bought food this time and I bought it this next time. You know,
And
you need
that's
to
what I'm
get
saying.
food
I
this
get-
next time or something. Like you got to
Yeah.
do something because
I'm looking at it like the 50-50 as far as we both worked. We both did shit at the crib.
my
So-
opinion, the 50-50 is we split the bills and we split
Groceries,
no gender roles. We
Right.
split the tasks. We split groceries. We split.
And that's what I'm saying. I guess in a sense I've been in a 50-50. We didn't directly talk about it like that,
Right.
but if she paid the rent, I paid the utilities, the
Right.
daycare,
Right.
went and bought the food, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I guess in that sense, yeah, I've been in a 50-50 shit for like a year or so. We had our first apartment. But
And
then
what
after,
hold on. How did you feel about the relationship then?
I didn't feel no type of way about it. That's really how I was raised. Like, it should be 50-50. So to me, it was like normal. But as I grew, I didn't want that. I didn't even
I was-
understand.
Right,
I
because
was on your heels for
Yeah,
a second.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like literally on your heels for a
Yeah,
second. Just
I mean,
to ask,
that's
like,
that's
come on
that,
now,
that's the
brother.
way my that's the way my OG talk though. Like 50-50. Like a woman should work. She should help with this. She should help
but
with
that's
that.
because that's what she do.
And that's because that's what she
She should
did. But
change
she was
tires.
she was a single parent. So
But did
Okay.
you
Okay. Go ahead.
did
Okay.
you feel that way naturally though, or did you just
No.
consume to that because
I just
or
consumed to it.
Conform.
I conformed to it because that's how I was raised. 50-50. So that's what I was trying to operate like. But the way I truly feel
Uh-huh.
is I would rather make the money and you make sure the house straight, the kids, the
so you
whatever
wanted a more
else.
traditional.
More traditional because
And
one
and by
reason
having
for that,
both, how do they differ in? Why do you like one over the
or the
other?
other. I like the traditional because I want somebody to be able to, the kids to have access to them at all times.
What if you didn't have kids?
I probably
Would you still want a traditional?
if I
relationship?
didn't have kids.
No.
I don't even know if I would want. I think I would still want to be with my wife if we didn't have kids because I love her.
No.
But I'm
she
saying
ain't asking if you wanted to be with her. She asking, are you still gonna let her be a housewife?
Right. That's,
if we didn't have kids.
Yeah.
Oh, because hey, when you ain't.
he just dig. Give
When
him
you
a
ain't
shovel.
got-
He just dig
When
himself
you
a
ain't,
damn.
I'm thinking like I ain't got kids, so am I like a bachelor? Like I ain't got no fucking
y'all,
responsibility.
nah, y'all
Oh,
still
we
married
married
and
type shit.
together.
Yeah,
yeah.
He took it all the way left. I think I'll still be with her.
My fault.
Somebody
my fault,
gonna
baby.
be
My
sleeping
fault.
on the couch.
Edit that out, dudes. Edit that out.
Somebody gonna be
Please,
sleeping on the
please,
couch tonight for the
Please
next.
save him.
You ain't having no Christmas or no New Year's, bruh.
This shit coming out in 2 days.
Oh yeah.
No, but yeah, you still married. Would you still want that
The
traditional?
traditional.
Because essentially, okay, say prior to kids, but you want her to have kids, right?
Even
But y'all
if we-
ain't there
So
yet.
even if we ain't had kids, I still would want it to be traditional. Because I mean, if she want to work, I'm not gonna stop you from working if you want to. But I guess I would like the traditional because I watched my mama work and work 2 jobs and take care of kids and all that shit. And I didn't want my wife to have that struggle. So if I could go deal with the world, then you got free time.
You don't
So
feel
when I
like-
come home, you could deal with me.
And you don't feel like
Wait, what?
somewhat people would take advantage of that? Like if y'all hypothetically, if you didn't have kids,
What's
you-
taking advantage of? That's how I want it.
I guess.
How you take advantage of a situation if that's how I want the situation?
All right, let's say from cocaine. What's
Wait,
Let's
you want
take care of
to get? Go ahead.
no,
That's
because
fine.
I can't because I really don't know what he just said. Like what? What are you looking at?
I said, what you mean? What part? the part of me saying you got your chill time
So-
while I'm working and shit, and then you could take care of me when I come home. You don't understand it?
No, I do, but so while you're at work and she's doing whatever it is that she's doing,
Right.
when you get off of work,
Not dicks, hopefully. But
her responsibility, her job is to take care of you when you get home from work.
I mean, our
Because
responsibility
she got her
is
free
to-
time to do whatever
She
it
ain't
is
got
that she's
shit
doing.
else to do.
Yeah,
She ain't got
we should be taking care of each other. So if
I
I'm
don't
going
disagree
to,
with that though.
if I'm why wouldn't you want to take care of me if I just went
I
out
said
and
I
dealt?
don't disagree with
Oh,
that.
I thought you
you
said you
said-
disagree with
yeah, I
that.
thought
No,
you
I
said
said
you
I don't
disagree.
disagree with that. I was just trying to understand.
Ain't we supposed to take care of each other?
Why not?
Right.
I'm not. I didn't
So-
disagree. I asked you to relax.
What is taking care of me?
I just wanted you to repeat what you were saying so that I could have an understanding. That's it. I don't need you to define what's taking care of you because whatever that looks like, it looks like that for
Oh,
you.
all right.
But it was just how it was said, so I kind of just didn't understand. But I understand now. So I mean, whatever. If that worked for y'all, then that worked for y'all. Cool. Moving on.
That
Wait,
wouldn't work
you-
for you?
Wait, did you? She
That
didn't
wouldn't work
answer
for
it
you?
yet.
What? If my man wanted me to take whatever's gonna work for me and my man, whatever understanding that we have, that's what's gonna work.
That ain't what I'm asking you. I'm asking you
Would
if
you
the
be okay?
traditional you ain't got no kids and you doing whatever you want all day, and when he got off, it was like time to take care of him.
Flip the script. You at work all day, and you come home.
You ain't
He-
gonna
he
want
been
your
sitting
feet
around.
rubbed. You ain't gonna
I'm
want
not
to release.
no, I'm not saying that it don't work for me. I took a pause so I could really think about it because I mean, true enough, if he's working and I'm not working and I got my time doing whatever I'm doing at the house, taking care of whatever I need to take care of at the house, and then when he come home, he wants me to
your priority.
spend time with him, and he's my no, that's not a because naturally I'm gonna probably miss him anyways. Because you right, as you was about to say, big homie, that's how it is now. Though I work, if my man is working, we got to try to find some type of common ground when it comes to that because everybody want to be
So you
fed
got a man?
something. I said if.
Oh,
Well,
Anyways,
So reverse.
can we
it.
can we get back on topic, y'all?
What?
that
what
be
was it?
punk.
Yeah.
Punk be skewing like.
Oh,
you
she
asked
gotta
questions. I
Yeah,
was,
she got to answer.
I
But
was
no,
Wait,
asking a
answer what I thought I
You
answered.
been in a 50-50 or?
Yeah, have you
traditional?
ever been
Wait, I
Which
thought it
one
was
you
your
prefer?
turn.
No, it's you. They switched it to you, cocaine.
Yeah, we want
Can I see the
from
hand
we
up?
want to hear from cocaine. Give it to us, please.
I have been in a 50-50 relationship.
And how did you
Did
did
you
you
like
like it? Did you hate it?
Hated it.
Was it liberating? Was it?
No, I didn't hate it. I think that it was okay for me. Because we were in a relationship, but it was like a relationship partnership. It kind of taught me some things too, because at the time I didn't know that I didn't want to have to like rely on somebody to just pay my way. But I was never raised like that anyways. But at some point in time, I did start growing and feeling like we were roommates.
So
That's
are you
interesting.
really okay with the 50-50?
I would say today I don't mind. Like,
Why did it feel like roommates though?
it felt like roommates because at that age, I think that I was really influenced by, people around me, that I seen. It was society. It was. And that's why I mentioned it before, because it could be very influential on people, especially like of a younger age, but even some of an older age, like when you don't know certain stuff and you still trying to live life and learn and grow throughout like different experiences. That's how it was for me. I started feeling like it was just, we were roommates, because it was coming to me as if, well, as a woman, you shouldn't be doing X, you shouldn't be doing Y or whatever. And so it started kind of weighing on me like,
This nigga should be paying
Man.
for everything.
it wasn't even that. It just felt like it wasn't that he should be paying for everything, but it started feeling less.
It felt more like a
less
friendship.
Yeah, it started feeling more like a friendship than it felt like a companionship or partnership, relationship, romantic ship. It felt less like that because it became more of a business. We work and let's pay these bills. Let's make sure that we doing this. Where your half at or where my half at. And
Well,
it
they
wasn't
say
like
that's what marriage is, a business.
and
transaction.
That's
that
what it's supposed to be.
that may be the
We
case.
romanticize.
But
it.
again,
Well,
I
not
was
we, but
I
American
was so
society.
young. You know, I was like what 19, 20 years old when that was happening. So I didn't know. I was going as days went on. I was just going with the days. But again, like at this age now, nah, I wouldn't, man. Like let's get it however we about to get it, but let's make sure that we don't forget about us in the process of, you know, paying these bills, making sure, you know, if we taking this trip, you know, what you got, or I'm gonna pay for the room. Okay, babe, I'm gonna pay for the flights. It don't have to feel like such a like strategic transaction. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want that, but and now that I know that, I feel like I could be more in front of it so that it don't make me feel that this is just
So you know what I've been doing to eliminate that?
Okay.
Like the you pay for this, I pay for that type shit. We got a joint account, and when we finna go on
I think that's a
vacation,
whole nother pod.
I
too.
just put money in there, and she do or whatever.
Marriage life.
But y'all
And it's
married though.
like,
You know, y'all married, and I'm not saying that it's not something that can happen when you in a relationship. You know, to each their
Don't do it.
own.
Because
to
I
each
guess
their
Yeah,
own.
joint
but
account and just a relationship.
Yeah.
I
I might
wouldn't.
not
Right.
want
That's
that.
why I'm saying I don't because
But
some people
somebody
may
will
do
ride
that,
But you
blind.
still-
but it
some-
wouldn't be
not
my
knocking
thing.
people that do it,
You
but
Right.
don't have
I
to
wouldn't
have
recommend
a
it.
joint account, but you could have like a pot where it's like, all right, baby, we want to go on this vacation. We gonna put money in here every pay period, whatever. So then when it's time to vacation, it ain't like, all
I
right,
mean,
you
I think
got
it's the
room,
same
you got
thing,
the
but we don't have to have
flights.
any type of confrontation
But
about
see-
that. If we agree who's gonna pay what, like, cool.
So you trust that person you with that much? Or like just being in a relationship
To what?
to just throw your money in a pot?
If we living together and shit? Yeah. I would hope so. We living together.
Yeah, if I'm living with you, I gotta. I
have
just live
some
If
with
we
you.
not
type
living
of
together,
trust,
we
but
can
I
put
don't
money in the
know.
pot, but it's gonna stay at
People
my crib.
move in because they homeless. I'll just be honest. They need somewhere to stay. So
Hey,
they,
if your ass run off with the money, that's your loss.
Big homie, was you going in on this one?
oh yeah, I never did the 50-50. I always, kind of, just took care of it because that's what I wanted since a child. Like I actually wanted a bunch of kids, and I wanted
a bunch. That's
yeah.
like
You still
5
got
or
time.
more. You know.
Yeah,
So we
like-
talk about
Spicy.
a bunch.
Yeah, I wanted 7.
You
At
still
least
got
7.
You want 7 shorties?
Yeah, I wanted 7. I only got 2.
You know, I would love to talk about that. Sorry to interrupt real quick
Yeah,
on another
my bad.
pod because I know a lot of men be wanting a lot of kids.
Yeah,
I wonder why
I
that
just
is.
wanted
I only
that
wanted
home
2.
feeling. Like you
I
come
just
home,
wonder why that is.
all the kids running to
Daddy!
you. Yeah, like that's a beautiful feeling.
It is.
So
I'm
you
about to
know,
muff you. Watch out. No, I'm
so
just
you know, I always wanted that picture. Like wife, husband. I go get the bacon. I come home. She cooking the bacon.
So you wanted the traditional.
Yeah, I wanted this for forever. And I made it come true. So shout out to my wife.
Shout out to your wife.
She made
Basically.
it come true.
She made it come true.
Yeah, no.
So y'all got
Me
y'all got
and
5
choose
more
wives.
kids to go?
True.
How many
Yeah,
more
5
kids? 5
more.
more? Does
I
she
don't-
know
Shout out
that
to
you
her.
trying to
She
get her 5?
No, she know, but it's not physically possible. So
That's a lot of kids, but shout out
Yeah.
to you for wanting that dream,
yeah,
Hey.
I
Just give me
wanted a
one.
basketball team.
And I'm good.
No, that's not enough.
Preferably 3, but I'll be good with just one shorty.
No, don't do 1. They need a sibling.
What I'm, if 1 is all I can get,
As long as you do that.
I'm good with just 1. But I wouldn't mind 3. But I got a lot of nieces and nephews, even though they won't be like the same age. Who knows? Dinosaur years I'll be coming to me. But
But no, the 50-50, I don't mind because my wife, I'm more of a, like, if you feel like you want to work, because I know being in the house be boring, being a housewife.
They get to have
So-
breakdowns and shit.
Yeah, like sometimes you need that little time where you go get a part-time job or whatever, just so you can get out the house. I'm cool with that. But
you gotta have time to figure out what it is that is you.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
if you, which I think that being in the house or like not having to work would and
Help you
can
with that.
provide that time. But
Yes and no.
nowadays, it's kind of tough because a lot of people are working. So, human connection is important to kind of like interact with different people or different things so that you can kind of figure it out or try to have an understanding of what that look like.
So, Cocaine, I wanted to ask, though,
What?
are you okay with the husband being a house husband and you making all the bacon?
If he okay with it.
So you'll be fine.
Yeah, if he's okay with it. I think I would be okay with it as long as like I could step in when I want to step in.
I was about to say, what if he start making demands, like head of the household type of demands?
What?
Are you
Why,
okay?
that's
with
funny.
it? You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Like, I'm the head of the household.
Dick run this house, not pussy.
Exactly. Why are you laughing so hard?
Cause she like, hell no, this nigga better not come trying to run shit.
That's what I was trying to get out.
Like,
Like, that's what I'm trying to get out.
like
Like,
you thought, nigga.
she turning red.
You thought I'm gonna
Cocaine.
make all the money and you gonna tell me what to do with it? Nah, bruh. Not happening.
I'm just asking. I'm trying to create the scenario because some guys still
She
feel
ain't
like
fucking with it. That's what
I'm
I'm
the head of the household. Do you be submissive because you want to keep his male ego up?
I
Do
don't
you think
understand the
that
question.
he should? Do you think that you should be submissive, even if you're the breadwinner?
Wow, that hit the
Yeah.
table kind of hard. Do I think that I should be submissive if he is the breadwinner?
If you're the breadwinner,
If I'm the breadwinner.
because I mean, a
Here
man,
I go,
a
messing
man
up
is
the
a,
questions. This is messing with my brain
you
wave.
were-
a man is a man regardless. So you should still submit as a woman should, right? Or
I
no,
mean, men and
because
women submit,
you
though.
making No, absolutely.
That's-
That's what I'm saying. As a woman, like the way women supposed to submit to their husbands, are you still submitting that way even though you make the bread?
Can he make man of the household demands and you're the breadwinner?
Demands like what though? I feel like that word.
You
just,
letting him control the money even though you going out making it?
No.
Okay.
So he can't demand shit.
Money ain't everything though.
But you
if
need the money to pay for the shit. So if he
Oh,
he
okay,
can't- if
okay,
he
okay,
can't make
okay.
the
I get it now.
decisions,
I get it now
then
because
no.
usually the man makes the money and then he brings the money home to the wife.
Yeah.
Okay, forgot that that's what happens. Ain't nobody ever brought me no bread, so let me hold
Your
on.
brain was just scrambled.
Let me
scrambled
bring
all
it back
down.
then. Okay. Yeah, why not? If he,
That simple?
cause if he at home and I'm out making the money, so
Ladies
He
and
need to pay the
gentlemen,
bills
right
and all
now,
that shit.
no, cause right now, like managing finances, it is a task,
like a motherfucker.
especially
Yeah,
like
definitely.
just on my own, right? So to be able to give that to somebody else where they know, that's why auto pay is like a great thing. But then also you still got to check up on auto
yeah,
pay.
because they auto pay some extra stuff.
Yeah,
So you still feel like he a man and he still got his masculinity.
I don't feel like that's gonna like take away. Actually, that's pretty sexy to me if you think about it. Like, cause if you
A man paying bills.
Being
is
a
A
all
house
work.
man-
husband is sexy.
a man just
Damn, y'all moved on
taking
from the
half
50-50.
taking
I
half
split-
of the
I
responsibility.
flipped it.
I flipped up.
Like you taking something off of my plate. Even today, I'd be like, man, I
So
really
being a
wish
house
somebody
husband
could
is
come
sexy.
and wash my dishes for me or do my laundry. I was supposed to do laundry today. You know what I did? I took a nap.
So
I
being a
think-
house husband is sexy.
Why not?
No,
It's-
she'll treat him less of a man.
I don't think
After
that
so
that's
long.
the case.
After
I
a
don't.
while.
I don't know if
Maybe
that's the
she
case.
wouldn't. She might be different.
I honestly don't feel like that's the case because the natural reality is that you have
Sombrero.
a.
Where's your sombrero?
What are you saying?
Big cap.
Big cap.
So-
Can I jump in?
I'm
Go ahead,
only
please.
saying that because one, I can say that now
She
because
saying,
I've never
she's
had
saying
it.
the right thing.
No, one,
You know how
I
you be on my
never.
ass? Yeah, you saying the
No,
right thing.
but I'm saying it.
You
I'm
saying
saying
the right
it.
thing.
I'm
You
saying
single,
it.
right? Yeah, you saying the
I'm
right shit.
saying it because I've never
On
had it.
today's episode of How to Catch a Man.
So-
You can say that. You coming for me, but
So you wouldn't call a man a bum?
sorry, I'm
If-
sorry.
no, because Punk
We
can
gon-
only
we gon'
say
ask
that.
Punk
Punk
out.
can only say that because you know he's married now. But when you
10
single,
years.
when
It's
you
been a long-
single,
It's been a long time.
But when you single and you going through life and you going through different relationships and you trying to figure out what it is that you naturally want, you grow and you learn, you develop differently. So I can say those things now, like I was trying to say. I can say that now, yes, that's how I feel. But I've never been in that place before. Right now, I'm saying, yeah, it'll feel good because the responsibilities that I have just with me is a lot. So when I don't feel
love
like
having help
doing,
me.
when I don't feel like doing, exactly. Don't matter where he helping at. He could be the breadwinner and I could be at home doing the dishes. Or he could bring me the money and I could cook the bacon. Or I could pay the bills. I don't care where it fit. Just fits.
You need
I don't
that
think a
help.
lot of people think that way.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that I'm just saying. I'm just being honest.
And I
from
think the reason why
society.
he's saying that is because it's never been seen before. So it's easy for someone to say, and for you to say big sombrero, big cap,
Yeah.
because it's something that ain't never been seen before or heard. But again, I can only say that because I ain't never been in those shoes. But today, yes,
So-
come
Nigga
and
out.
help me.
So the house
Okay.
husbands that I have seen,
They wives ain't like it.
they wives don't like it, and I haven't seen nothing different. Like from the few they call bums,
But those
crusty,
wives,
ashy.
where did they come from though? Because I've been doing this since I was like 13. So for somebody
taking care of
to
niggas?
taking care of myself.
Oh, okay.
So to let a man come into my life to meet me or help me in
Lift
some
weight
type of
off your
capacity,
shoulders.
baby,
I feel that.
let's make it happen. But when it happened, I may have a
So
different
you-
story. At that point, I
Look.
don't know. I just ain't never been there before.
So
That's all I'm
She running
saying.
this episode up.
Hey,
boy.
okay, let me jump in, y'all. Damn.
Come on.
Oh, damn, y'all be at 40 already. Y'all can run it, y'all. Go ahead, run it. Y'all on fire, boy. Y'all on fire.
Don't touch me. He mad because I'm growing.
No, I love it. That's a beautiful thing. Grow. I
He
love
mad
to see
because
that.
I'm maturing.
Let her come home 3 days in a
I'm
row, and
becoming
and
mature.
the house ain't clean.
She gonna fucking nigga
You's
up.
a bum. You ain't.
What you think you just gonna lay up on me out?
Did y'all talked about the post already?
Nah,
No.
but speaking,
Yeah, let's
speaking
get
Got
of
into
into
the,
some other.
but this,
Let's
speaking of
Let's
this,
rotate.
Hold on,
Big
hold on,
homie
before we get into
came
the
for
post,
me.
let me speak on the 50-50 joints
Okay, go
because
ahead.
I've actually been in and currently in a 50-50 relationship. And but I gotta preface this with I've been with my woman forever, so I haven't been in a lot of relationships to compare, traditional. So I never got to a point where I could be in a traditional relationship because I ain't had no motherfucking money to be in a traditional relationship.
I ain't got no money.
Yeah, I'm
You
broke,
and y'all
too.
some motherfucking lies. Y'all some motherfucking
just
lies.
made a couple smart decisions. That's all.
We eat fried
Anyway,
bologna
I'm
sandwiches.
broke, baby. Like old girl on TikTok said.
No,
I'm
but
broke, baby.
but peep this on the 50-50 joint though. For me, I feel like that's just so. It's like we never argue about money. You know what I'm saying? Like financial shit is never. And then it's like, all right, 50-50. It wasn't like literally 50-50 because sometimes she made more than me. Sometimes I made more than her. You know what I'm saying? So it was just comparable to what you made, If I'm bringing in 100,000 and you bringing in 40, I can't expect you to come in 50. My 50, you can't equal my 50. You know what I'm saying? My 50 is more than what you even make. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't literally 50-50. It was comparable. You
So
know?
that's kind of what I was saying with me and my wife, our first apartment. Like, she paid the rent and shit, and I handled other shit.
So Deuce, do it ever feel like a partnership more than a relationship? Because everything is just so like you got this.
I feel like when it comes to like bills, it's definitely business. When it comes to, hey, we gonna go on vacation. How are we gonna approach it? It's not like oh, you gotta take this, but how are we gonna approach this thing? How are we gonna save for this? So because we both know we gotta have our half, and we both know we just gonna stand on our own on that instance. Like as a human being, financially, you got you. But also, we got trust in each other to know that we make smart decisions financially. You know, it's not like I'm ignoring everything you do, you know, because I can't be 50-50 with somebody that's not financially intelligent or responsible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It can't even work, you know. But I feel like when you are 50-50, it take the weight of all the money stuff off of it because it's like it's clear cut. Like, hey, we know what it is. Like, even if I make more than you, we gonna make it work. Make it work based off of what you make and what I make.
But I think that should be the
like that
mentality
shirt,
even
Big
in the traditional
be
shit.
fly.
You know, that it should be approached the same way because I've been at the point where it was like being in the traditional shit and my wife asking for money and it was like, well, what is for? And she felt like it was like I'm treating her like a kid. Well, I'm looking like, no, we gotta pay bills and shit. I'm the only one making the money, and I know how much all this shit gonna cost. So I'm trying to figure out what it's for, so I can know if I need to take from this pot or that pot, where the shit gotta go, so to make sure
I think
everything still functions.
That's like a whole.
So now, because I know the way it used to make her feel, we don't have those issues because it's like the money is here. Like, I know you're not gonna do nothing stupid with it, irresponsible. And not that I was thinking you was then. I just was so trying to be financially responsible to make sure shit ain't get fucked up that I'm asking like, well, what the money for? I'm gonna give it to you.
That's a way.
But I'm
that's a
asking
way
what
to
it's
make
for.
somebody feel.
So now
that's
I kind of don't worry about that shit. Like, if she do, can you give me whatever?
But
I
you know
typically
how to-
get like twice what she asks, just so
Is
you ain't thinking
there a
about.
But that was growth, right?
You
that was
know,
something
that is
you had to
growth.
learn.
Yeah, and
Real
I don't
quick.
really ask what it's for either. You know what I'm
I
saying?
kind of compensate with that by saying like what I do with money. Like I'll just be like, oh, I'm about to,
yeah.
do this and do that.
But I mean,
so
I
it
guess
won't
it.
seem as bad.
Is
I
there
guess
an
the-
amount that raises your eyebrow?
Yeah, absurd amount.
No. What is it?
What's the
If-
what's the
what's the
absurd
number?
If
amount?
you ask for like 100 or 2 all the time, that's cool. But then when you come ask me for 800, that's like when it's
What
out
the fuck
norm.
it's for?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
what?
out the norm.
Yeah, I mean, basically, you come asking
Then
for
you can ask the
$50 or
whys
you
when
going
it's
out with your
like-
girls or something or whatever, and you just ain't got paid, ain't got whatever. Like, all right, giving you some money, but yeah, if you come like, you really should already be coming with your script. You asking for over $500. Like, I'm hoping you coming like, yeah, babe, such and such.
And
wanna
I
go out of
would, naturally,
town,
like,
the
I would
flight,
definitely come with something.
$250. Then, like, I'm hoping you coming with a story already, and I just,
All right,
yeah,
can I-
baby, I need 800.
I wanted to kind of preface something
For
that
what?
Deuce said.
what you mean? But yeah, that's definitely a question worthy when you asking for 500 plus.
What you said?
I had wanted to comment on something or respond to something that you said just because, like, when I was in my relationship and we had the 50-50 relationship, like, it was cool for us. Like, it worked. Like you said, like, y'all never really argue. Like, we didn't argue. And what I didn't have because I wasn't making as much money, or not even it wasn't that I wasn't making as much money. I had more
I ain't
bills.
no broke bitch.
No, I had more bills. So I had less money because I had
Right.
more bills than he did. So therefore he took more of like
Wanna flex 'em?
some of the stuff, the bills, the rent and all of that than I did. We split it as much as we possibly can,
Right.
but we made it work and it was never a issue for us to have to like make that situation work. So I think now as like more of an adult living on my own, if I was to ever get with somebody, if that was the area that we were going in, I don't think it'd be an issue for me.
like real talk. At a time when my wife was making more than me, significantly more than me.
Felt like
You
shit.
was like Martin.
Ooh.
He was like Martin on that episode when Gina was
Remember
making more
when-
money than him.
Ooh.
Remember when we just had the 400,000 to the 44,000? You're finna say exactly what I said.
Right.
you don't like it. You don't feel comfortable.
That it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure. Like, and you feel it from all around. You're
I don't know if us
insecure.
women really know because I've made more money before than
He feel
the
it
guy that I
because
was
your
with.
friends looking
But
at
that's
him
what I'm saying. Like women, we don't know.
Broke
Like
ass
we
nigga.
don't look at it like that. Like it's a big deal because we love you for like who you are naturally. Like we together.
but your people around you look at it like that.
We don't know if they
Yeah.
look at us at it like that because
Yeah.
like
I
nobody
believe
said
friends.
nothing.
Yeah,
But
y'all don't
Friends.
feel the stares and
Well,
shit.
all the
believe-
people that don't matter. let's
Exactly.
put it
But
but
like
that's
that.
what we
Women go-
said earlier, huh?
Y'all ever heard of Tyrone by Erykah
Erykah
Badu?
Badu.
I think that's how women talk behind the guys' back. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Go listen to the song if y'all don't know what I'm talking about.
We can't sing
I
it.
know,
so-
yeah. That's why I said go listen to the song.
They know it's a very popular song. Most women know that song.
Yeah.
But speaking of this masculinity, we want to respond to one of our followers on
On
TikTok.
Tic-tac-toe.
Tic Tac.
TikTok. My fault. TikTok. But
Can we sing TikTok stuff on here or no?
That's so funny that you just said TikTok.
Okay.
I don't know why.
I don't even know where the fuck it came
but
from.
it's so funny.
Yeah, like
TikTok.
viral videos on
you said
TikTok
it so
with the
naturally
singer.
though.
Okay. 'Cause I got one stuck in my head.
Oh.
But she basically said that if a man don't want to just get his girl money, not even his girl,
Wait,
really.
can you read her exact comment? Because we don't want to,
we gonna have to give.
We want it verbatim.
She said that's why you should find a man that's masculine
masculine
and don't mind giving you some money.
money.
Mind you, the video she
This guy.
responded to is videos of when is it right to ask for money and
Because
shit.
we had that conversation
Yeah.
on the pod one time.
So
Read
she-
it. Read
she
it one
was-
more time.
Her response.
Her response.
Her response to the viral sensation.
I'm trying to read her name, but I can't. It's a Skylar Spear.
Shout out to you.
Skylar Spear, maybe. Skylar Spear. Okay.
Skylar.
Shout out to you for following, commenting, all that shit. But she said that's why you should find a man that's masculine, and
Masculine.
don't mind giving you some money.
Money.
I responded.
What you say?
Question. So only masculine men are ready to spend a bag.
That bag.
She responded, yes! Exclamation point.
Exclamation.
Masculine men are secure and they know whatever they
Secure.
spend, they will get it right back.
Right bike.
I'm not about to
Big homie
play
with the
Big
ad-libs.
homie over here.
Cause that's how serious it is. You get it right bike.
Nah. First of all, spending money don't make you masculine. Can we start with that narrative? Because the shit is terrible.
So what about submissive men that get a woman everything? He still giving money.
I didn't say that you
No, I'm
can't.
just saying. I'm responding to her.
Oh, to
too.
her?
Yeah, like
Oh, y'all ready?
She
Okay.
think that she
one
think,
at a time. One at a
Right,
time.
I got a lot of
Jonathan.
Y'all fired
but
up.
her, to me, that mentality
I'ma
is
throw
the
a
reason
flag
why
on the play. Okay.
niggas feel like all I need is a bag. And I can have any woman. These niggas ain't got no personality, no nut. They just got a bag.
bad.
Because women feel like you masculine just because you got the bag. You basically telling these young guys, as long as you got a bag, baby, you my man. This nigga probably don't do nothing else, but he giving you the money. So he a man. He masculine.
But does that say
What?
something about the man or the woman?
Both of them.
Yeah.
But the fact that a woman is co-signing that is allowing these men
And it's
to
more
think
for
that
the
that's all
woman.
that's to it.
It speaks more for the woman than the man because the man just thinking like, oh, I got to spend a little cash to get a little play.
A man gonna do what a woman need a man to do to get what he want to get out of
Exactly.
woman. If you telling me all I gotta do is have a bag, shit, I ain't gotta change no tires. I ain't gotta think about fixing shit. I ain't gotta worry about your emotions.
But that ain't
I
the
got
truth.
the bag.
That ain't the truth though.
What's the
What's
truth,
not the
Deuce?
truth?
What's the
that
truth?
all you gotta have is the bag, cause some niggas with the bag still don't get what they want.
But
They
And they
get
get the
played.
most out they
bitches.
bag.
They get played.
You get what I'm saying?
I think a
Some
lot
of
of
them
them
do, but they get a lot. They get a lot of women.
That's the way to get in a dough of what you want.
It's
though.
it's a way to get in the dough, but that don't mean you gonna seal the deal. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I say
Yeah,
back.
there's some goofies out here.
you get what I'm saying?
I
You
don't
get what I'm
think
saying? The
about
bag
seven
don't
out of 10
certify the.
gonna seal the
that don't
deal.
secure
I
Yeah,
think
anything.
in
you know?
2021, finna be 2022. 8 out of 10 niggas with a bag.
Sealing the deal.
GTD got the draws. Dog.
We
8
don't
out
own
of
the
10.
copyrights to that.
8 out of 10. You gonna catch some goofies, of course. They out here.
Okay.
But
What
8 out
y'all
of 10
think?
of them feel like as long as I got the bag, I got her.
What y'all think?
What you
Big homie,
think?
what you think?
I definitely think that's true.
Okay.
I ain't
Why?
gonna say 8. I'm gonna say 7 out of 10.
7. Okay, we went down one. Okay.
Yeah, just
7
one,
out of
just
10.
one.
Let's
If
talk
you
about
got the
it.
bag, you gonna get the draws, like you said. And I don't think if women think like that, then you basically saying it's real simple to, you feel me, get these women up today.
Deuce.
I'm gonna have to disagree. I think that getting the draws. First of all, I don't think it requires a bag because the brokest niggas get the most pussy. I'm gonna tell you that.
Hey, man.
they got
That's
all
because we
the
got
time to dedicate.
personality and shit. We
And
gotta have something else beside the bag.
Okay,
And that's what I'm saying.
listen. The
That's what I'm
bag
saying.
people get the easiest pussy though. They don't have to put no work in.
They ain't
Well,
gotta
if
care
you-
about them
but you
emotions
just-
and feelings and long
Yeah.
talks and
Man.
walk.
You ain't got to do none of that. I got the bag, baby.
Baby, I'm finna get this room. You already know what time it is.
I just feel like the bag ain't no guarantee to it. Like it's a lot
You
of
heard what
it's a lot
what
of suckers out here.
Skylar Spears said.
Oh, that is that's an automatically
You a
masculinity
man if
ticket.
you got the bag.
That's a masculinity ticket.
You know? Shit is terrible.
Well, I ain't no man because I'm broke.
I'm broke, baby.
Yeah, I got it.
I don't really know. I don't.
Do you agree or disagree first with Skylar Spears?
No, I don't agree with that.
Okay.
No.
Proceed.
Then to come back and say he know he gonna make it right back.
Hold on.
Why
Let's
do
hear
that-
cocaine. Let's hear cocaine.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I don't.
Go
I don't
ahead,
know. I
Coco.
just don't agree with it. It was what? What was it? A man that
Go ahead, read it
What?
one more time, because she ain't understand it.
I
You
mean,
hear that, Skylar Spears?
That's why you should find a man that's masculine.
Masculine.
So if this nigga and don't mind giving you some money,
Masculinity
if he ain't
is-
giving you money, he ain't masculine.
masculinity is a broad, I think, identity of
Masculinity
a person.
is giving you some
Because
money.
men and women could be masculine in whatever way, right? But
Yeah.
like speaking on men, because that's what we're talking about. Masculinity is could be so broad where it don't just necessarily pertain to money.
Skylar
I don't
Spears
think
said just the
money-
bag.
So
it depends on
Do it
what.
help a man be masculine if he's spending money?
No,
Okay,
because
thank
men spend money a lot. Some men will spend money because they don't have anything
Get the
else.
draws, dog.
It's not even.
What's anything else?
They don't have anything else behind it. Like money
Personality.
is like the forefront of who they are. So men are like flashy, you
But
know,
guess
they
what?
showcase money so that they can get women, and they make it seem like they have all of these different things because that's what attracts certain women.
Cause Skylar just said
I think everybody got their price, though.
Be that as it may.
$600.
I don't. It was 8.
800. My fault, man. My
Wait,
fault.
yours is
I
a-
ain't mean to
you saying you?
downplay you? 800.
No, that was a
Oh,
conversation that was like
In the
several
old pod.
pods
Yeah, I
ago.
remember that. I'm just
Clearly, that was not mine, but somebody else. But sure, that may be the case. But I think men become. Money makes a man think that he is on top of the world. Not even men, but people in general.
Why did he
What?
feel like that though?
She make niggas feel like that.
Because he
Well,
done
I
made
wasn't-
multiple women.
Get
I
you
wasn't
a masculine man that'll spend
Oh.
the money on
I
you.
wasn't disagreeing with y'all. Y'all didn't let me finish what I was saying, but it's okay. Go ahead, y'all do y'all thing.
We listen.
No, I'm gonna be quiet.
It's the Hennessy Blood.
It's only listen. It's only $800 for me, so I don't even think I could like entertain this conversation. Y'all go ahead. Y'all got it.
It's 40 for some people, so
I guess I'm like
Your
way
800
above.
is your 800 is
I
up
think
there.
that if money is all you really have to go off of, then I mean, be that as it may, that's your thing. But
Do you think
it's
that
gonna
women-
attract
do
a
you
certain
think women
type
should
of
feel like that?
person.
Cause you know that's
Feel like what? What are you saying? Like women feel
like that the money make a nigga masculine.
I already he asked me that. I said
You think women is not okay for women to feel like that?
I think that
You
you're
got
not
something you
gonna
can
like
tell 'em?
my response. I think that people are entitled to feel whatever way that they want to feel.
That's absolutely
It
true.
depends on what your goal is. If a woman is thinking that money makes a man masculine, and whatever her definition of masculine look like, it may work for her. But for a woman like me, I wouldn't say that money will make a man masculine. It's so many different tiers and I mean, come on, we have 3 men here. Let's talk about it. What is masculinity? What does being masculine even look like? Because as a woman, how can we even define what masculine is?
I don't know.
How can a
I got
woman say
feminine-
that?
think-
We can say
got
that that's
feminine
what it
energy,
is.
so I'ma
You
sit
do
this one
have
out.
feminine energy.
I'ma sit this
However,
one out.
however, you be
what's
trying to you be
masculinity?
coming to me
So-
with masculine energy because you already know.
I think
So you at
I'ma
the end
set
of the
this
day,
one out.
me saying that you have feminine energy is not me saying that you are like less masculine. It's not me saying that you're not a man, but your feminine energy took it that way.
I'm gonna set this one out, guys.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Let me-
Because he took
Let
it
me come-
personal and it
let me-
wasn't even that.
I think first knowing how to lead or being a leader is a form of masculinity. I think that's like the number one.
Lead
thing.
in which way?
Like as a husband, provider, what else can I say? You know,
Whatever your definition is, like
yeah. I just feel like just leading in general, like
that's
being the head of
that's a huge responsibility, right?
Yeah.
When you talk about a man being a leader, right? You leading your wife, you leading your family, you taking on this huge role to say
think-
that you know where y'all going.
Yeah,
Because now
I-
she's looking at you for all of that.
I think it's a huge role, but I also think women got their huge role that they play, which is like birthing kids. I think and being the number one supporter. So we all have our huge roles.
Sure.
ain't
But
even
we just
gonna-
we
I
just
ain't even
speaking
gonna-
on like masculinity, right?
Yeah.
So you said being a leader, being
That
a
w-
provider.
Yeah,
Are you gonna add protector?
yeah. All the main
Are
things
you gonna
that
add priest?
Priest.
I'm getting with you.
Watch
I'm helping you
out.
out. I'm helping
You're
you
not helping me
Don't-
out. Watch out, because we coming to you next.
so just
I'm just trying to figure out because we talking about being masculine, and then y'all ask a woman that question, like, do you think it's right for a woman to think that that's what make a man masculine? But like, I would like to know, like, as a man, 3 men sitting here, like, what do y'all consider being masculine? Because a woman can say what she feels masculinity is, but if we gonna tailor it
She
down
ain't
to
gotta live
gender,
this life.
if we gonna tailor it to gender specifically, a woman cannot say what being masculine is because a woman is a woman, not a man.
this is true. So I just believe those are my main focuses, the ones we just named on
Punk.
being masculine.
Being masculine, being a man is taking care of your motherfucking responsibilities. Period. That means you gon' look out for your loved ones, however they need it, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, like being that person that's when all this shit look like it's crumbling, you know I'm up under it, so it ain't gonna fall. And we gonna be Gucci.
Deuce.
The protecting part is huge for me, being a protector, being a decision maker, speaking up, taking control of situations when they get out of hand.
This nigga teaching the class.
I
Man,
really
I-
like that
well,
though. I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that.
That's the
Like this is how
Professor,
I feel.
we gonna call this nigga Professor.
Professor Deuce.
You know,
Yes, sir.
in the line of fire. You know, when some, you know,
'Cause
willing
we
to
really
risk
the
your
ones
life.
that need to
You
take
know,
that heat. That should
Yeah.
take that heat. At the end of the day,
Exactly.
that I wanted to say something about that because Big Homie has said, you know, women got a big role, and I honestly feel like they got the biggest role, especially in the traditional type of situation, because the at home and the kids, that's the future, right? So you basically the first person hands on with our future. To me, that's the biggest role out of all of them.
in society, the biggest
Role
role
in,
in,
in society,
yeah.
period. Yeah. That shit to me is the biggest role. But it's my job to protect you, to make sure that all this shit can function. Even if something ever happened to me, I should have put you in position to be able to make sure all this shit still can function.
It's funny, not to sidetrack, but just like how we talk about how the podcast affects us and stuff. And we talking about 50-50 relationships versus traditional relationships. It's funny because like listening to you guys is kind of morphing my mind like, yeah, I am in a 50-50, but I would like to be more like that. You know, maybe not all the way,
All the way, right.
but just, you
You
know,
might
hearing
have-
your perspectives on things, it's like, okay.
You
Yeah.
wouldn't mind that 400,000 to 44,000.
Right. Yeah, and she can chill, you know?
Mhm.
You know?
Because women nowadays, I think women work just as hard as men do.
And
Definitely.
it's so fucking unfortunate.
Definitely.
Like, not to say that women can't do it or not, but I really feel like I want my woman to be soft and mentally don't have
Balanced.
no stress. You know, like all that shit I deal with. You know, we be talking about work and it be like, I gotta deal with all this bullshit. I don't want my woman to necessarily.
But is that
have
what's
to-
best for society?
what?
Are women to be just soft figures, soft, beautiful figures at home?
That's
Is that
tough to
best? Is
answer.
that best for our
I
society?
feel like it could be
It's
because
why?
who raising the kids?
Oh, yeah,
when
I get that,
everybody
no.
out the crib, you know, if,
I get that,
if
but
mama and
but
daddy both
just think
gone,
about it on a different level, right?
Mhm,
It's more women than men on this
True.
planet, right?
true.
So think about how much talent, how much
think-
brains, how much smarts, inspiration
Don't lose that thought.
that
Yeah,
that
trying
the that the world
Missing out on.
will be missing out on just because, you know, they're not in the working class, in the working field.
Look, I think it's important that women know what men do too, because let's just say something crazy happened and all the men in the world was gone except a very few. You know what I'm saying? Who gonna keep everything flowing if all women was housewives and stuff? You know what I'm saying?
But
No,
that's
that's
where
definitely
that
true.
I think
I-
that's
I
where
get
that
it.
teacher
I
that
get
teacher
it.
part come from. Like you said, you know, Alita. I don't know if you mentioned teacher, but I do think that the teaching aspect is a really good point to make. But I also think that as women, we have to be willing to receive all of those things as well.
Definitely.
You know, we don't always, because we are in a different generation, we don't always receive, you know, that information from men as something positive.
Right.
I've always been, not always, but I learned like in one of my like jobs in corporate, like to always receive things with good intent. You know, somebody telling you something, it doesn't necessarily mean it's in a negative way. You can
it's 'cause
receive
I
things
love
with good
you,
intent,
and
but a lot of times we are defensive, or I learned this a long time ago, but these are conversations that we've never had before. But
We talked about that on the pod.
I'm saying, you know, a lot of times we don't always receive stuff like that. Just like what Punk just said. I didn't receive that well because, you know, there are things that, there are different levels of different relationships that you have with people, and not even to get off, because I'm getting off gears here, and we can talk about this
You
a
do
different
that
time.
often.
But I got a scattered brain. I do, because it's
You
always a
notice.
lot of stuff, like,
That
you know,
motherfucker be
going
churning.
on. It does.
Mhm.
It does. But that's me. You know, I got a lot of information up here.
I want to respond to some Deuce was saying about the talent and all that shit. Like me saying I want my wife to be soft don't mean I want her to
Not
put
know.
away her who she is. So like I encourage the wanting to go to massage school to be a massage therapist. I encourage the I want to start a
encourage her
event planning
aspirations, her
business.
dreams,
yeah, like
yeah.
do
So
that shit.
What if
You know,
she says she want to be like a carpenter?
I'm gonna encourage her to do it.
Okay.
I
Do
can
what-
definitely
I'm
vouch
not-
for
you
that
know,
and say
I'm
I know he
gon-
would.
I'm
yeah.
gonna encourage
He
you to
most
do what
definitely
you
would.
want to do because I want you to be the best you
But does that make her
can
not
be.
soft?
It don't, and that's what I was trying to say. Like I wasn't saying it in that
I have a
sense.
Her
different
hands gonna be rough.
What-
this guy,
Yeah, that-
he don't
that-
want
I was
nobody to
just-
work at FedEx
But-
because their hands gonna be
That's what
rough.
But I
Y'all
was
know
saying
me.
the soft, like working in the world every day, dealing with people,
It's stressful.
it will harden you. And if I'm coming home hardened
You don't
from
want
dealing with the
yeah,
world, I don't want you
to be that way.
to be in that way too, because now we coming in the
Y'all
crib
kind of clashing.
Too
and
hard.
our,
like,
our energies
Too
are
hard.
the same, and you know
Pause,
we
bro.
at each other when we really shouldn't be. And not saying that every day I want to come dump my shit off on you, but you know, if we both releasing about bullshit going on in the world and we hardened and shit, it's hard to really
Have love for
I
it.
mean,
have
but-
the love flowing and be there for you. Cause it's hard for me to be there for
Consistently.
you if I'm dealing with my own shit that I got. You know what I'm saying? Like it could be
Consistently
a
true,
struggle. You know,
but I do think that we know that every day is not going to be a perfect day.
absolutely not. And even just being at home every day
I was
ain't a
going to
perfect
say
day.
that, yeah, you know, because you at home, you
Them
still
damn
got
kids.
stuff going on.
Them kids,
And then not even just
Shit, them
kids, but it's not like just work. You know, you got family stuff
shit,
that
got
you
your own
be taking
mental
in.
stuff.
So it's like us being, you know, tough or hard, as you say, it's gonna happen. It's gonna occur at some time.
Yeah,
We just gotta
sometimes,
learn
but
how
I'm
to.
trying
If it's
minimize
that day,
if I could take away the pressure of this going to work and dealing with these people all the time,
but you can't
that's
take
one of those
away
things you don't have to
from.
worry about.
But you can't take away from the kid aspect,
No,
nor
yes,
the
I can,
family
though.
aspect. If you at work and
Okay,
your wife
but when I get home
is,
and your day been rough, all right, I got the kids.
but who's gonna take care of you when your day has been rough?
Remember
after
when?
I give you your time,
You give me mine. Okay, then. So that's
and we take
there
care
we
of the
go.
kids.
So
Remember-
two hard bodies can coexist.
Remember when we
But
had?
We
different
just gotta know.
reasons.
We just gotta know
But
where
now
that
think
balance
about,
is.
Now think about you dealing with the world, I'm dealing with the world, and now we both got to come in and deal with these kids.
Wait, listen. Remember when we had the pod where it said, like, we like some days you gonna get 70 and the other person
Okay,
gonna
get
get
30.
30.
Yeah,
That's
that's
basically
what
what's
it
gonna
is.
happen.
Yeah.
Like, so you can't dwell on this person gave me 10 this day. Because the next few days they might give you 90, 90, and 90.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
and you know what I've come to realize too, just for me personally, I want to hear your troubles with the kids and shit, because I know that's what you dealing with, you know, every day, as opposed to, I'm not sure, but if we both going to work dealing with our shit, and I'm dealing with some work shit, I might not want to hear about no work shit. Like, you know, you come in the crib and it's like, I don't want to talk about work, I don't want to hear about work.
Yeah.
So I might not want to hear your work shit.
We all would like to thank you for listening to Save It for the Booth. Got another episode coming very soon. Until next time, guys. Bye.